my name is Mick. I am an executive director in the nonprofit sector, and I give Gusto a 5 out of 5. When I first came on board as executive director in 2017, we were using Paylocity as a software provider. We had also looked, though, at ADP, but at the end of the day, we decided to go with Gusto. At my organization, there are only 3 U.S. employees, myself and 2 half-time employees. As far as I'm concerned, the 2 things that were most important to me about choosing Gusto was being able to run payroll seamlessly. One of the things I love about Gusto is that they have an autopilot function, which means that basically I can just sit back and I don't have to do anything. And the other thing I like about it is that if I decide that I do need to run payroll manually for some reason, I can do it in minutes. It's just so easy. They've got a great summary page and charts that come up, and I can make sure everything's right. And I'm very happy with the fact that I can do it so quickly. The other thing that I love about it is that my employees, the other 2 people, can set up their own accounts, and that they have access to their payroll accounts at any time that they want to grab information, they want to look things over, and that they have that. One of my employees is our operations director. She's the other one who really was instrumental in helping me pick out Gusto as the right payroll platform for us. She likes Gusto because Gusto automatically files all payroll taxes. They do all of the forms that are requirements, so they keep us in compliance without us having to do really just about anything. And the thing that's great about the forms that they provide for us is that it's included in the price. So we're not paying anything additional for that. She also likes Gusto because she can sync all of the information that is in Gusto about our payroll straight into QuickBooks. QuickBooks is the platform that we use for our general accounting, and so she can just click a few buttons, and all that information just integrates seamlessly for her. So those are the 4 main reasons why we chose Gusto. Our organization is really very small. It's a small nonprofit organization, so we don't have any frills. We don't have a lot of benefits packages and those sorts of things. My understanding is that Gusto does provide the opportunity for organizations that are perhaps bigger than ours to include those, but we didn't really need a lot of those frills that we needed to integrate our employees up into that payroll system. So for us, it was very, very easy to get started. The one exception, and this is probably the one thing that I would kind of mention as being a struggle of ours, was when we tried to include and integrate and onboard a new employee who was living out of state. So we're based here in Massachusetts, and she was in Virginia. And we did have some difficulty doing that. We had to go back and forth with Gusto a number of times. But other than that, that was the only slight difficulty that we had with integration. So I think there's 2 things that are most important if I were to make suggestions to someone who's considering Gusto. First of all, I think it's so important that in finding a payroll platform, as with many other things, that you have good customer service that you can rely on. I have been absolutely just astonished at how good the Gusto customer service is. I haven't had to call on them many times, but certainly the times that I have called on them, they have been very, very attentive. You always get to chat. It's a chat online feature, so you chat with a real live human being, which I just very much appreciate. Everyone that I've chatted with has been intelligent, and they understand the product, and they can help you, and they're compassionate. They work with you really well. So I think that customer service is really important. The other thing that I think is also important is just to make sure that when you're getting into an agreement, that you don't find yourself down the road having to pay for all these extra things that you didn't realize you'd have to pay for. So extra services that a payroll plan like Gusto includes for free. So Gusto, in their payroll plan, they include a lot of great services. One thing that I think is a great service that unfortunately we haven't yet integrated into our company, but which we are hoping to very soon, is that Gusto offers an investment 401k plan or employees. Again, there's a little bit of a charge because we are dealing with an investment portfolio, but there's no setup fees. And so there's a monthly charge, which makes perfect sense, but there's no setup fees. And so that's the kind of thing that I think is really important when you're looking looking for a plan, is to make sure that you're not getting charged for things that you weren't expecting.